Aaron to say.
Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, Ms. Aaron, before we start, any more questions? Would you like to recant, revise, or take back any of the statements you've made during this trial?
No.
Okay. Then our offers is Defense Exhibit A, a sworn affidavit from Pam Armstrong stating that Ms. Aaron was not, in fact, in the place she said she was on Saturday night.
Objection. Members of the bench.
Becky yourself.
That's false. Our paraprofessional, Becky is not here today because of the doctor.
But she was at 7:30. Your Honor, if you would like to state the whole trial, if Pam Armstrong signed the statement, my client is innocent. If she didn't, he can go to jail. If you're willing to state the whole trial, if that is what it says, I'll take that. That is a lie, and that is a false statement. I myself talked to Ms. Armstrong this morning because of a prior engagement. Hey, there's Becky Armstrong right now. Becky Wait. I don't get it. That's not. Okay, I'm just saying. Got it right. Relay a note. Relay a note. What she say? I'm just saying, let's call it. We can't, guys, so when they do okay, now I'm listening to continuance where we can call this Armstrong and bring it to court. Because that's the only way I can prove this if I can bring her up here. I mean, she said she's doing this one shit. Eric Jones is over here. Eric, you really go down on the She had to take her daughter to the Orthodox morning.
Well, then, you cannot use it for evidence.
Then why not? It's a sworn affidavit, witnessed by a ward of the state. I am appointed attorney for the defense. Therefore become a ward of the state, which gains the power of notary public. Therefore, I am a viable witness to sign that thing. That is under the law.
so sure.
If you can prove this by the time this court is over, then you can use this as
But
evidence.
see, there's no way I can, because this is, I'm trying to tell you, this is my only evidence. This is a sworn statement, because she could not appear. So she's not gonna be reachable during this class period. Now, if you give me a continuance till tomorrow, I can bring her up here, and we can prove that Miss Herron in fact lied on the stand, and that just.
She was asleep.
No, she was. She was making a cake for a woman in her office. I sat there and talked to her. I mean, she was making a chocolate cake.
Objection, the argument is not that Ms. Herron was asleep, that Ms. Armstrong was asleep, is that Becky was asleep.
Becky was asleep.
Becky is his supposed witness.
No, I'm the witness. I'm a ward of the state. Therefore, I gain the state powers of justice of the peace, notary public, and coroner. I get the power to verify these documents. Therefore, since I am a notary public, I am a viable witness for an affidavit, a sworn affidavit. That's why I'm saying it is legal, because I am state appointed. The prosecution is not state appointed. I'm state appointed. Under the Child Protection Act, it makes me a ward of the state.
Objection sustained.
I know, I've already sustained this objection, so this argument is over. But right now, this is not evidence.
Alright. Okay. One more while I confer with my client on this written feel hurry now. Alright. Okay, Miss Herron, once again, to clarify all the statements you made, you said that in fact, at 12:30, you went to Miss Armstrong's house, is that correct?
It was a little bit later than 12:30,
Okay, what time was it?
about 1:15.
Okay, then what time did you stay till?
Well, Amy called me next morning at 7:30, and she told me what happened, and that's when I went home.
Alright, and back to the actual, you went home at what time?
She called me at 7:30.
Okay. And at this point in time, you patched everything up with your sister?
I went home and Melanie was there, and I couldn't talk and stuff.
Okay.
And she told me what happened on the phone, but
Okay. So, all the time during the rape, you never called the police, which you said went on roughly for 4 minutes. You could hear the screaming, you had visual sight of him holding her down and taking off her clothes, and you never called the police. Is this correct?
yeah,
And what is the reason for this?
because I had a crush on him. That's
Okay.
the story.
Okay, so you would, in your own opinion, your crush on him was greater than your love for your sister.
Well, I didn't know the whole story, and I didn't know what all this happened. I mean, basically, you surmised that your crush for him was greater than your love for your sister. I mean, what do you suspect? What do you suspect when you see someone holding your sister down and taking off her clothes? I mean, is that a normal happening around your house? no.
Okay. So you assumed that nothing was going on. If this was not a normal occurrence, then why did you take no action?
Because I just told you, I didn't know the whole story.
You didn't know the whole story. If there was a rape occurring, what was the whole story to know? If you saw Mr. Johnson holding a gun to your sister's head, what would have happened then?
Well, that's a little bit different.
Objection. Council speculating.
Sustained.
Okay. Okay. So finally, we've come to the conclusion that your crush was greater than your love for your sister. Okay. So why is there this all of a sudden this newfound love for your sister, the great quest to tell the truth and vindicate her?
What was I supposed to think like that? Act like I was spying on him or something? And I don't want them to think I'm spying in on him or something. So that's why I didn't call.
So you didn't call the police because you didn't want to be spying on your sister?
Well, I mean, I won't be standing there.
Do you think your sister? Do you think
So you never thought, at the time of the rape, you never thought, the alleged crime, you never thought your sister's life was in danger, or her well-being?
Yeah.
You did, then how come you did not call the police?
I don't know. Because I told you, I didn't know the whole story, and I mean, I'm not gonna.
Isn't the truth that your sister's well-being was never in danger?
I know.
No further questions? I have no questions.
First of all, when you went to Bethany Armstrong's house that night, did her mother ever see you there?
She was sleeping there.
Was she sleeping and left,
I'm pretty sure.
so she never saw you? Now, you saw your sister getting raped, but you weren't sure then the whole story. You didn't know what was going on, all of it. And later, after you heard the whole story,
Objection, Your Honor. Counsel is leading the witness. She's telling the story and asking her to agree.
when you heard your sister had been raped, and you heard her side of the story, then did you feel that you needed to tell someone?
Yes.
But you still waited until now. Why did you wait?
I figured I'd let her tell, I mean,
And why do you feel you have to tell the story now?
she's my sister, and I know the whole story. They did rape her, and I don't want him to get out.
Defense rests.
The prosecution would like to call another witness based on the entry of new evidence.
Objection, Your Honor. What is this witness? Who is this witness?
Mr. Meredith Thomas.
Objection, I'd like to be dismissed from dismissing the application.
Okay, that's fine.
Taylor, they will talk to no one.
Your Honor, what they're about to do here is they're going to try to call Meredith Clark to testify. Is that no? Well, she was attacked, all right? The problem with this is, Mr. Johnson, and it's not an objection. Wait. If she's right in front of the
They didn't try to give too much, did they?
watch it.
He's getting a haircut today, he better wash it.
Send the word out to them.
Can I go tell the witness if she was
Go ahead and tell them to.
Yeah, you. Come in, Jason.
You want the other clients?
No, just you. Since the jury is already out there, go ahead and let them deliberate in this hall right here.
So we'll go
Their
closing
closing
statement.
statement.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm ahead of myself. Go ahead and call them back in.
Sure.
Throughout this trial, I've tried to instill one point in your minds. No means no. When Amy Herron said no to Jason Johnson, he had no right to force her to have sex, no matter what the case. Okay, as no means no, a verdict of not guilty means go ahead, Jason, rape the judge. And a verdict of guilty means it's time to do something about dating.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if the prosecution's case was a boat, it would be sitting on the bottom of the ocean because it has so many holes. Let's take a look at their witnesses. First of all, they called up Dr. Klein, a so-called specialist, analyzed Miss Herron on the night of the crime. On the night of the crime, she never took a semen count or a specimen. Therefore, all tests from that doctor are inconclusive. So from there we can draw that Miss Herron and Mr. Johnson never actually had sex. Therefore, if they never actually had sex, there was no rape. On to the concoct stories of the Herron sisters and Miss Armstrong. Given more time, the defense could have proved them lying. But given the... I'm clear. I can say anything. Because of the stories they've concocted. Now, what we have here is Miss Herron. Why are we here today? Because Miss Herron made a mistake. I honestly believe she made an honest mistake. She slept with Jason Johnson when looking back on it, she wished she hadn't done that. So, to lift the responsibility off her shoulders, she brought us here today. She has accused him of rape because she didn't want to live with the responsibility that she slept with Jason Johnson when she was under the influence of alcohol. But let's take a look at that. Is it still her fault if she was under the influence of alcohol? Well, if you're having to be driving down the road and you've been drinking and you hit another car and kill the two people in the car, it is still your fault and you're still guilty. If by some chance you shoot up with heroin and go on a murdering binge, do they say, oh, I'm sorry, you're on heroin, you're innocent of the murders? That is incorrect. Just because she was under the influence of alcohol does not make it Mr. Johnson's fault. The only thing the prosecution has really proved is that no means no. But Miss Herron, on that night, never said no. If you do, the only reason you would make a verdict of guilty is that you have, beyond a shadow of a doubt, you know that Mr. Johnson had sex with her, that Mr. Johnson forced her to have sex with her, and that beyond a shadow of a doubt, he raped her. But you cannot do that because the prosecution has made a mockery of justice. They have called up doctors who aren't qualified to give a tonsillectomy check. They brought up witnesses concocting stories in order to put my client behind bars without even a fair trial. Now,
Jason, just admit it.
well, I see that the prosecution has watched Days of Our Lives one too many times. This prosecution was trying to make a mockery of justice, and this last-ditch effort will not make fools and mock this 5-member jury. That they will have the intelligence, the foresight, and the hindsight to find my client not guilty. Thank you.
I'll shake your
Yeah. Don't.
Miss Harris, I'll bring you a tape to record it on, if you will.
That's good.
Rough draft. What? On what? How long? Just don't fill up draft. It's just that's 5 minutes. Where's his bag? Draft card. You're right, it is, but I had it, I still got it.
We, the jury, find Jason Johnson, the defendant, guilty as charged.
Let's see, Coach, what you...
Nobody should have that.
You really do.
Right?